20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. Who wrote those encouraging words? They belong to a famous American writer and a humorist, Mark Twain. Twain was born in the state of Missouri in the United States in 1835. His father was an unsuccessful lawyer. The family seldom lived more than a year or two in the same town. That is why the future writer did not even finish secondary school. He went to work at the age of 12. For 2 years he worked for his elder brother's small newspaper, both as a printer and reporter. In 1857 he became a pilot on the Mississippi River. He continued to write. In 1876 he wrote The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. The book was read by everybody, by the young and old, and was translated into nearly every language in the world. The Adventures of Tom Sawyer was such a success that in 1884 he wrote The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. The novels about Tom Sawyer and his friend Huckleberry Finn brought him world fame. The writer died in 1910. Mark Twain's stories enjoy widespread popularity. His characters and plots are always true to life. Listen to the episode about Tom Sawyer's adventures in a cave. Tom went into the cave with Becky. They lost their way. Tom used his kite line, stringing and stretching it in the tunnel and looking for the way out. He glimpsed at the speck of daylight, fumbled toward it, and saw the Mississippi. Tom went to fetch Becky, labored with her, convincing to move. The children were glad to see the men in a skiff. Tom hailed them and they rowed up the river for 5 miles to reach the town. The children were at home when Judge Thatcher and other people were tracked out and told the news. In some days, children made a full recovery. But Huck was ill. Tom wasn't admitted to his house. Tom learned about the drowned man. He wanted to tell about it to his friend very much. If you want to tell a story, try to speak more about feelings, use complex adjectives and verbs, hyperbole, metaphors, similes, or alliteration. For example, instead of move, you can use different words. Ways to move. Fumble. Feeling your way when you can't see. Crawl. Move on hands and knees. Creep. Move quietly and slowly. Dawdle. Walk very slowly. Sprint. Run extremely fast. Wander. Walk without a particular destination. Stomp. Walk with heavy steps to show anger.